Hello, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go through the content submodules. So if you're on the home page, like we are here, you can either access the content module from clicking on the widget or clicking on the breadcrumb trail. That will bring you into the content module. Um, well, the last place you were when you clicked on the content module. So here we are in the content module. As you can see, the module itself has a number of submodules. You can tell submodules because they're indented. So these submodules all belong to this module. And we have 15 instruction modules, a final presentation module, and then a couple for breaks. So in the modules, each module, as you can see, is structured exactly like the next. So module 1, module 2, module 3, they all have the same 4 folders. These folders are required reading. As the word says, required. You're expected to read this. Now, one of my instructional methods is called flipped classroom learning. So a flipped classroom instructional modality is where the students do essentially the prep work prior to coming to class. So on Monday, when I'm doing my grades, you should be reading the required reading. So when you come to class on Tuesday, you know some stuff and you also know where you have questions. It doesn't do me any good to provide reading to you just to have to repeat that information in class. It's a waste of my time and yours. Information is plentiful nowadays. Take advantage of that. Do the required reading before you come to class. It's one of my pet peeves with classes who don't follow the flipped classroom instructional expectations of doing the reading before coming to class. If you're in an online class, what that means is doing the required reading before participating in discussion. So you can see there are 3 items in Module 1 required reading, and if we click on that, we can see what they are. We have a link here, Tips for Online Students. If you are in a face-to-face class or in the face-to-face portion of a HyFlex class, you don't have to read this. Read all the announcements. I want to make sure that you understand how to get to and read all the announcements that I posted. And then read how to email a professor. I put this in a couple places because it's important. Okay? Those are the 3 things that you need to read. If we go back to Module 1, we can see that we have, so this is a different view. So before I had clicked on content, okay? And what content does is it shows all the modules and their folders. If I click onto a module name here in this table of contents area, then I see the module, and each one of these headers is one of those folders from the last view. And you can see how each one of these headers is indented in from here. So the content area has 91 required things. Module 1 has 9 required things. The required reading in Module 1 has 3 of these 9. This 9 is part of this 91. See how that works? Okay. Resources. Here's a link to your university email account because the assignment for this week is to write me an email using the How to Email a Professor format. I give you a link on how to get to your university email account. I don't want your personal email account. If you're an early college student, I don't want it coming from your high school account. It comes from your UMain account, which is accessed here. And then we have an assignments folder. So the assignments folder has Module 1 discussion. If you are in an asynchronous online class, this is where you go. If you are in a face-to-face or a HyFlex class, this will be invisible. You won't see it. And then we have the module assignment, which is to do the email. And then finally, every one of these modules has a Typing Club assignment subfolder, right? I'll do that in the next video. So there are a couple of different ways that I give assignments in this class, a couple different tools. One is the assignment tool, the other is the quiz tool. Note that these are just tools. Just because I'm using the quiz tool doesn't mean it's a quiz. I just use whatever tool is most appropriate for the assessment that I need. If you notice in their grading rubric in the syllabus, quizzes and tests weren't a thing. Okay, they're all considered assignments. So when you click on it, It's probably going to look different for you than it does for me. So the instructions say, read the WikiHow article, How to Email a Professor, use your @main.edu account, send me a properly formatted email, tell me one thing you're most looking forward to about the course and one thing you are most apprehensive of about this course. So you access the resource, access your UMain account, write me an email with this stuff, following the guidelines from this, and then that's your assignment. Remember, this is the only assignment that you will ever submit via email. Everything else is submitted via Brightspace. If we go down to Module 2, we take a look at the assignments area. You can see that we have Module 2 assignment is about your computer hardware, and I use the quiz tool. That's done right there within Brightspace. You don't actually email anything. If we take a huge jump forward and say go to Module 8, okay, you can see that we have Module 8 assignment. This is the Word 2 assignment. This is the applications, the second half of the class. And it's an assignment tool. And when you click on it, you can see the instructions. Here's a starter file, and you will be expected to submit your Word document or documents in here to Word, into Brightspace. So the way you submit work and stuff varies between the type of assignment, but navigating the content submodules is all pretty much the same. Ooh, Brightspace going a little slow. We have required reading. Read it before you attend class or read it before you participate in the discussion modules or forums. Resources. Access those and see what they are. Assignments. Do everything that's visible. And then Type It Club assignments will be the next video.